platform. So I was expecting it to be great, but running into a little bit of hiccups with them. So I guess maybe it's not like fully, maybe it's still beta or something. I don't know.
Oh,
But
okay.
I was trying to connect it to my ClickFunnels so I can do, webinars through ClickFunnels. That integration isn't working. Now this morning we had this meeting and it's kind of going funny. So I don't know.
Having a moment.
So the verdict is still out on Webinar Jam.
Okay.
Okay, now here we go. Let me get that back up. All right, so Ms. Kirkland, thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me. I really appreciate everything that you do. I've been going through a bunch of your videos and stuff since I've been in IML. Actually, I've been in financial services like probably about 20 years. Been trading forex off and on for about 10, and I've never seen these kind of results that with testimonials I'm getting, and especially yours was actually the first thing that kind of opened my eyes. My pastor got me involved in this because he's he's kind of a trailblazer, and he had just went through a bunch of training on forex himself, and we were all talking about investing, and then he came across IML, of course, and he shared it with me, and as I got in immediately, and he started feeding me all these videos and to take a look at, and one of them was I think a getting started webinar that you were doing, and I'll say, truth be told, I was in absorbing information like a sponge. I was up all hours of the night. So I think I was watching yours maybe 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I finally fell asleep in the middle of it. So the next day he was like, man, did you see that video by Kathy Kirkland? And, the great result that she was getting. And I was like, I thought I watched that video, but I don't really remember. So I went back and had to watch it again. And I think there's probably a 2 or 4 minute spot in between there where you kind of gave your story that just I almost fell out my chair, when I was listening to that. Where you were talking about going from having anxiety and, just getting into trading and being, afraid to trade and then seeing some young whippersnappers making all this money and deciding, I want to get in on this. And you started and had tremendous results. And from what I could tell in the video, if I remember correctly, it was like in less than a year. So immediately at that point, I said, man, I have to meet her. And, first of all, thank her for that inspiring, story, because it's really, pushing me to really take this seriously. And it kind of gives you hope that, what's possible if you really dedicate yourself to this. And then secondarily, I wanted to really capture your story so that I can, share with my growing team and our broader team, my pastor and stuff that we're doing, because I know that your story will inspire a whole lot of people that are doing this, that even in the beginning might be stubbing their foot a little bit and bumbling around, knowing what's possible and what you can do. I think really keeps your eyes on the prize so that you can continue marching forward to success. So thank you once again so much for agreeing to do this. Appreciate you so much, and looking forward to all the knowledge that's come out this interview here this morning.
I hope I can be a blessing to you.
Awesome.
Give you my experience and from what is done for me. And nothing's better than firsthand testimonies.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. So let me first start out by just asking you, if you don't mind, just tell me a little bit about yourself. I know, hold on. I keep losing the picture here. Here we go. Where is it? Here we go. So I know that you live in, you said Fort Hood, Texas. Your first lady, there at the church, also a pastor. And you started trading, I think, sometime last year, right? Right before the summertime. Is that correct? Or
yes, April of 2016.
So first, tell me about your before IML and trading. What was life like then? What kind of spurred you on to take a look at trading and building income through trading?
Well, it was introduced to me about 10 years prior. But, looking at all the information, it was overwhelming. And then plus you had to have all this money to start. Back then, I think it was around 2008, the end of 2007, first part of 2008, when it was introduced to me. I needed to have $10,000 just to learn how to do it over the weekend.
Yep.
And I'm like, okay, that's not happening. then, just from listening, I seen the money that God showed me, Colonel Smith, showed me the money that you could, potentially make in it, but you had to have anywhere from $20,000 to $50,000 to invest in. It was like the end of 2007, first part of 2008. We was hitting a recession during that time. It was called the Great Recession. The real estate market had crashed. I was like, I'm trying to make money. I don't have this money. No, I don't think so. So I blew it off, and but I wish I had figured out something to try to get in there. He was even willing to teach me how to do it without it, but didn't listen. It just was overwhelming. And so before then, I was a real estate agent, and I, first lady of a church. I wasn't at that time, but I was a traveling evangelist, and then I, then we, started. I already always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, you name it, I sold it. Herbalife, the waist thing that you put around your waist and melt off the pounds. And, I did
that. Yeah.
It works, and, and the teas, the diet stuff. I even sold no name perfume and was good at it, because it's like, okay, I'm rich one day. I'll be super rich. I know it's more that's to this life that I'm walking on than working a 9 to 5. I never really believed in it. I believe 9 to 5s are seed money for you to go out and do other things. But I always had that type of mentality that, survive. That was part of being a virtuous woman. You need to make it work.
Absolutely.
And you got kids, so they run the mama quicker than they do daddy. So I don't know if you got kids and I need.
Got 4 kids, so.
Yeah. Okay. So I got 5. So you understand.
Yep. I totally understand.
Yeah. So then, back in 2000, long story short, back in 2016 in January, I own an academy for ages, newborn up to 4th grade. So I got tired of the economy dictating to me and my businesses as well as in my household when we were in a recession, because I saw the rich people constantly getting rich. And they weren't working. I didn't see nobody go to work, and didn't hear of any corporation that they own other than, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, people like that. So I just started searching out things, and I ran across Dr. Joel Tanker's Millionaires Club. And I had always wanted to invest in gold, but didn't know how. So that's how I really got started investing in gold bullion. And we built up a relationship, and, then we found out we knew mutual people and things like that. And so she kind of took me under her wing, because I was kind of scared to approach her at first, because, most people of that stature don't really talk to you. I was like, I'm not being, funny. I need to know what you're doing that I'm not doing, so that I could get to where you're at. I don't want a reality show. I just need to know how to keep the money coming in.
Yep.
And so, but she was an economist, and she made her first million, years ago, before even being on a reality show or being married to Dr. Ben. And so she kind of took me under her wing, and one day somebody gave her a call about Forex. And they had told her about it, and she called and she put me on the phone with them, and and I had made up my mind, whatever she say do, I'm just gonna do it, or I'm gonna figure it out, try to make it happen.
Follow successful people, right?
Yes. Exactly. So I was kind of upset at first, because I had worked, I was a contractor on post as well with this company. I'm not going to say the name because I'm not sure if I can. And my 401k had disappeared.
Wow.
So I had all those years, and I just ended up down to like $2,000. So I was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Give me my money." So I'm gonna blow it. So give me my money. So I had like $5 in my pocket and $2,000 to my name I was holding on to for dear life. So, but anyway, told us about the Forex. We flew down to Dallas. I met her in Dallas. We went, and then I'm looking at these kids, and they were kids, because they were my kids' age, walking across the stage, pants sagging, the big old hats and gold chains everywhere, and everybody all blinked out. And they was like, "Yeah, I made $150,000 last week, and I made $70,000 on the way here. I made $450,000 in 90 days." And I was like, "These are kids."
Wow.
I'm like, "These kids making this real money," So, and I was like, then I pulled the save card. I was like, "God, save." He's making this money. I need to make something. I got the Holy Ghost. I need you to, I had debate back and forth with God. And so we got in, and it was intimidating. Looking at it, it's very intimidating. And the only reason why it is because we were never taught it. And, we were taught to save money. We weren't taught to invest it or whatever. Grow up, save your money, go to college, get a good job.
Put it in the bank, get less than 1% a year.
Yeah, you're not making no money or anything like that. And then, hopefully you get good credit and you can buy a house. And then you die and you go to heaven. I was like, it got to be more to it than this. So I got in it, I played around for 90 days. I'm paying the monthly fee, but I ain't doing that with it. I'm just complaining about what I can't do. And I called Dr. Jewel and I was like, look, I think I'm going to go back to doing, my insurance and, doing gold, and I'm going to throw myself more into the daycare. I'll back you up on anything you want. I help you out. And she was like, no, me, don't quit. We're going to figure this out. So you're going to stay in here. We're going to get it together. So I then start to seek God on it. And when I found that scripture, Ecclesiastes 11:1, where it says, good to enter into foreign trade because you never know what bad luck this world is going to give you. And you need a minimum of 7 streams of income in order to survive. And if you got 8, you're doing good. So I was like, okay. So if Solomon sent his ships out 7 different ways to trade, and he said you need a minimum of 7 streams and 8, I'm trying to survive off 1. It ain't working. And inflation goes up 11% every year, but my pay don't go up 11%. Even if my pay went up 11% a year, I'm still just breaking even. I don't have enough to survive off of. So I started looking into it even the more. And I was like, okay, if he was the wisest man that ever lived and the richest man that ever walked this earth, other than Jesus, I'm like, okay, I need to listen to him. Because, we don't read the book of Ecclesiastes. And that's the book of wisdom. So I started reading it a little bit more. And then I did a little history. It was in our basic history books. Forex has been around since 4 AD.
Wow.
It's been around for 2,013 years. It is the only thing that has never crashed, never filed bankruptcy, have never closed its doors. It was first started it started in Jerusalem, in the Holy. And the Byzantine government during that time, which was the Egyptian government, was in charge of it. And during that time, the Egyptian coin was worth more than everybody else's because of its weight in gold. So I was like, okay, they've been doing this, for 2,013 years. And, the stock market, it crashes every now and then. And every 10 years, we hit a cycle of, we're going to a recession every 10 years. It's been like that ever since we started the United States. So right after the war between us and Britain, immediately after, we went into a recession. And then we have, some good years, then we go right back into it. So then that's when I found, a lot of my stuff is biblically based. So I'm not sure if, your audience, go for it, but it don't matter.
That's
what lasts. So when I went back and did a study on that, when God told Joseph that when he had that dream, 7 years of plenty and 7 years of lean, he said, I've been doing this since then because the land has to rest and replenish itself. And then we hear the story about the ant, right? The story, we got plenty, we partying, we on cruises, we barbecue, we doing everything. But when that recession hit, we ain't got nothing. I was like, all right, let me start applying some of these principles. And then I was like, okay, you have to talk to yourself. To look at those charts, you're intimidated because you don't know what you're looking at, right? And so I was like, okay, let me just, get it together. And when I told you all that, and I had met Christopher Terry during the same time I had told her. So he was like, so how you doing? He talk real fast. So how you doing with the trading? How's it going, Kathy? And I was like, well, I can't get it. It's kind of hard. He said, what's hard? I'm doing all the work. Can you copy and paste? I'm like, yeah, I can copy and paste. I ain't stupid. So he was like, just put the numbers in and I'll teach you. Because during that time, he was doing a lot of the London sessions. And I got on at like one of the live sessions at about 8 or 9 o'clock for the training. And I did what they said. I put $40 into a live account. And I promise you that $40 sounded like $40,000 to me. And, I blow $40 on McDonald's, a pair of shoes, I buy shoes. I spend more than that on hair products and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put $40 in here and I'm going to see how this works. And so I set myself a goal. And I do mine on based off of compound interest. If I make 12% today, then I'm good. And then I'm going to get out of the market. I'm going to study. I'm going to do whatever. I set myself a goal. The people without a vision perish. So I had to be a vision. I had to write it and make it plain.
So is that 12% a day? Was your goal?
Yeah, that's what I did. I did 12% a day based off of $40. And if you do that, well, I got a written out plan that is based off $50. You can turn $50 into 1.3 in 90 days. But it took me 8 months to do because, I played around.
You say that like, man, it took me a whole 8 months to turn $40 into millions.
Because now people are doing that in less the amount of time.
Wow.
And that's what's supposed to happen. The people that come after you are supposed to do better than you, especially if you tell them how. Now, we were told, but, I didn't listen. No, I didn't listen because greed set in and, you blow a couple of accounts. I can't get it. I can't do it. Anxiety, you start getting anxious and then you start getting frustrated. Then you start getting irritated. And then now all of a sudden the system don't work. It works, you just got to apply the steps. Yeah. And so I put $40 in the account and they told us, what to buy or what to sell during that time. And I think it was a buy. And they was talking about gold. So I put it in and I was like, okay, let's see how this is going to go. So I started out with a small number and then it was going up and I, put another one in because, I did everything they said. And literally in 30 minutes to an hour, my $40 balance is now $500 balance.
Wow.
So I'm screaming to the top of my lungs, oh my God, yes, I'm about to be rich. Yes, I finally found something, And, my husband, he was a skeptical at that time, bless his heart, precious. It was like, you always getting into something. You're going to have this whole house bankrupt. You're always trying to sell something or do something, and his mentality was get a job. That's like, I want a job. So, but he was sleeping. It was about 9 something. I woke up screaming. He was like, what is you hollering for? I said, I just made $500. He said, what? Girl, you better get that money. So now he's a believer. So I remember Christopher Terry telling us that, come on the London session because at midnight, at 1 o'clock in the morning, money moves faster. And the reason being is because the banks are up now trading your money. Mm-hmm. They have a forest department that comes in and they sweep all the accounts and they put everything into one big forest account and they have their biggest traders coming in and they trade your money from 1 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. So if you ever wondered, if you ever deposited a check into the bank on Fridays at 3 o'clock, it's not made available to you until Tuesday morning. The reason being is the market closes at 4 o'clock Central Standard Time on Fridays, and they don't open back up until Sunday, really Monday morning. So for a whole 24 hours, they're trading your little $200 that you got in the bank, and they're making billions. Have you ever wondered why? How is it that the bank can loan you money to buy a house, to buy a car, to you get student loans and things like that? They got to be making some kind of money in order to do it. They also penalize you. That's why you get penalized to where you can only take out so much money out of the ATM. You can only write so many checks. And then if you don't make enough deposits, then they charge you because you're costing them money because you ain't making money. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I'm going to start learning how to trade like the bank. So I got up at 1 o'clock. Christopher Terry was on. He was telling us some things and told us what to put in and what to buy, what to sell.
Can I clarify real quick? So 1 o'clock, that's 1 o'clock Central Time, right? So that's
1 o'clock Central Time, 2 o'clock Eastern.
2 o'clock Eastern. So when you said 1 to 4:30 Eastern Time, that would be 2 to 5:30 a.m. Correct?
Yes.
Gotcha.
2 to
all right.
5:30 a.m. Money moves quick during that time.
Gotcha.
And that's because everybody all over the world is up during that time. During those hours, everybody's up and they're trading. The business world anyway. So So we put it in, and he said, okay, hopefully you should wake up in profit. And I see you at the New York session. So I get up 6 o'clock in the morning. First thing I grab is my phone. I go straight to my MetaTrader 4, and I have a balance of $1,000. So, I'm celebrating big. I'm just, oh, yes. And so then I remember Ecclesiastes 11:1. I took $1,000 and I split it up into 6 more accounts, and I labeled them. This one was to pay off my credit cards. This was to make an extra mortgage payment. This was to purchase real estate. This was to purchase oil well. This was to buy gold. And this was to pay off, bills and what have you. And then I had my play money. Wow. So whatever I traded in one account from that day forward, I traded in all 7. So for an example, if I made $1,000 in one account, I made a total of $7,000 altogether for that day. Wow. And once I got to my goal to where, okay, I can pay this off and I can pay that off. So I continued doing that, and I based it off my daily goal. And this was the end of May. End of May, first part of June. So by August, I paid off my Mercedes, CLA 500. I paid that off. I put that on Facebook, showed paid in full, it's done, it's over with. And then I think around September, I paid off everything that was on my credit report that I still owed. Paid off a lot of credit cards. October, I purchased a real estate investment property in Atlanta for $5,000. And it was a 6-bedroom, 3-story, walk-in basement, corner lot, and gated community HOA community homeowners association. I did that. And did
it for how much? How much did you get that for?
$5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000 in the Millionaires Club. Dr. Joel teaches us a lot of different things. The only difference between the poor and the rich is and the wealthy is information. Rich people talk, wealthy people whisper. So somebody wealthy is whispering something in your ear, you figure it out. You figure out how to make it happen. Because I got sick and tired of being the same way that I was. So I wanted a change. And so she introduced me to Dr. David Anderson, which is a real estate investor. And he walked us through. He showed me how to do everything. He has this awesome class, but I didn't get a chance to take his class because I had surgery during that time. So he did everything for me. He purchased the property. And the reason why I bought it in Georgia during that time, and still now, you have 20 days to redeem your property. If not, the deed is mine. So I flew down in December, I think first part of December, and got the deed from him, everything. We put money into it. And then about March, we sold it for $275,000.
This was a tax, sounds like a tax deal. It was a tax lien property.
Tax deed. Gotcha. So they had defaulted on the HOA loan. Gotcha. And, we paid that. And then it was a nice place. All I did was recarpeted the whole place. And, of course, I was about like HGTV. I was going to knock out walls and do this. No, Miss Kirkland, you're doing it wrong. We got to build the money out first. You're not going to live here. So just, So I was like, okay. And I followed his instructions, did it. And we also purchased 27 acres of land to build our new church. So I didn't forget about God.
Wow.
So at the beginning of the year, where I had $2,000 in my savings account because I was, I had lost a lot of my money during the 401k. And I had maybe like $5 in my pocket at the time that I signed up. And by the end of the year, I was worth 6 figures, more than 6 figures.
Wow.
So when I was like a thousandaire in the beginning of the year, by the end of the year, I was a millionaire. And all I did was just follow the steps. I was persistent. I stopped skipping over stuff. Greed would set in when you see 50 cents turn into $1,000. You let it ride. This is not, we're not gambling. You need to know where it's at. And then plus I found the biblical scriptures backing it up. And I've been more and more, since then. God gives us wisdom. And online you have to go back and only what's in the Bible is what's going to last. And if you do it, God, tell you to do it, especially if you're a child of God, it's going to work. It's going to happen. He reigns on the just as well as the unjust. This is our season. You got to know what season you're in, and you have to seize the moment during that time. So I advise everyone, don't quit. Figure it out. If others can do it, you can do it as well. It may take you a little longer because, I'm looking at these kids, my 12-year-old trades. He picked it up just like that. And she said they're teaching her that in school. So, I've shown even her account where she took $30 and turned it into $1,500. That was her money. That was her job during the summer. You trade and you make your money. Now, of course, she didn't sit down as long as we did. And she's doing, okay. And she's real cheap. So she won't do no more than a penny or 2 pennies. And, she'll trade that. And her greatest one is the Japanese, the Great British Pound against the Japanese yen. He loves that. He said the reason being is because the Great British Pound is worth more than any other. And she learned that in her history class in school. And they teach words. I have high school students that took $10 and turned it into $600. I have a college student that took $10, followed the plan, turned it into $1,200. I have 80-some-year-old women trading. They happy to get $100. But the fact is, you're never too old and you're not too young. The millennials got it. We're kind of set in our ways. And the older generation is like, okay, no, don't work. That's a scam. Take your money. Don't do that. Poor people think everything is
awesome.
Because the resources, or the knowledge to do it. But once you gain the knowledge is power. And wisdom above everything is priceless.
That's what's up, man. I want to clarify one thing, because you said at the end of the year you had 6 figures. We said $1 million, so that's like seven figures, right?
7 figures. It was 1,300,000.
1.13, you said?
Yeah, I had 1,300,000. That was my
1.3 million. Wow. So you started out the beginning of the year with $2,000 in your pocket from your 401k, and by the end of the year, you traded that and invested that up into $1.3 million.
I only put $40 in, remember, because I was cheap.
So you took $40 and in less than a year.
This is how you make your money work for you. You're not a slave to your money. Your money is supposed to always work for you. You're not supposed to work for it. Remember when God gave out the talents, he told them to take it out and multiply it. And what did they do? They went out and they traded. Except for that one
who was
save. Yes, I'm gonna save this.
He put it in a savings account in the dirt.
Exactly. He put it in a savings account under the dirt. They make no money off of it, and God cast them out. Yeah.
That's a powerful word right there. Wow.
But it's true. Yeah. It's Bible, and we're taught to save it. But God gives us the example. You're supposed to take it and go multiply. You're not supposed to be afraid of it. So if he can get money out of a fish's mouth, then that means money works for me. I don't work for it. You just gotta, because anything that you work for, you're a slave to it, right? So we're a slave to the job. We go to work when they say go to work. We get off when they say get off. We go to lunch when they say go to lunch. We go to the bathroom when they say go to the bathroom. We go to work sick because we can't call in, because if I don't go to work, I can't put gas in my car. I can't pay my car note, can't pay my house note. So now I'm a slave to it. I got to stay there. I got to figure out how to take that money. Just like God asked you to take 10% and give it back to him. Not that he wants your money or need it. It's out of your obedience to show you how, his math is not your math. So when you're investing into God's kingdom, you giving him, we're faithful over 10%, but we don't know what to do with the other 90. But I can tell you what you can do with the other 90. If you stay out of McDonald's, Pizza Hut, just riding around burning gas just to burn gas, yep. Cable, internet, we're on the phone, we upgrading those phones and stuff, and stay out of the beauty shop every week, go once a month, figure it out. You was doing it before. Take that money, invest it in something that's going to make. And then you're supposed to always invest in something that people need 24 hours a day. We thought houses was it. When the real estate market crashed, okay, that's not it. But what do people need every day? Money.
Yep.
So let's invest in money. It's a $5.3 trillion a day industry. So if these kids was getting $100,000 a week and $450,000, almost $500,000 in 90 days, surely I could get at least $1 million in a year, Yep. So that was my mentality. And God has really been blessing. And now we got people coming home making $50,000 a month. One guy made $180,000. He's on my team. Made $180,000 this week. you know, and I'm trading part-time, you know, because of the other things that I do. And so when I actually get on to trade, I only made like, you know, and not only made, but, you know, I paid $20,000. That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody's yearly salary.
Yep.
All because my initial $40 investment, I was patient enough to make it work for me.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole point is you never put any more money, never put any more of your money in.
Mm-hmm.
So my retirement checks or everything else that I get, it's just in the bank. It's there.
Wow. That's just so unreal to me, but it's eye-opening. $40 to 1.3 million in a year. That's amazing. I want to get a little more like tactical now, like in specifics.
Okay.
I had some people on our team was kind of asking some specific questions. We have our group is fairly new here in the Charlotte area, and so a lot of us are jumping in and trying to learn the tools and the different things and the different strategies and stuff. So someone that's like experienced, has been in it for a while, has actually made your money grow significantly. First of all, from a strategy perspective, what's working right now? What would you have somebody if somebody just came and joined your team and wanted to say, you know, Ms. Kirkland, I really want to, you know, make money trading. You know, what would you suggest I do? Where should I focus? Where are the people on your team that are making money? What are they doing? And then add some other questions around like lot sizes based on the size of your account, and how do you stop losses? How do you stop from getting, you know, stopped out with small accounts and different things? So we have a few like seniors on our team also that, you know, have small accounts like $100, and they want to know, you know, how do I really trade this successfully and not blow my account or get stopped out and so forth and so on. Does that make sense?
Yes, I would suggest using. Now, what I did, I put in one trade.
Mm-hmm.
One trade. Now you're gonna get signals all day long, but you do one trade, and once you do that one trade, okay, just say you didn't make your goal for the day, it only gave you like $20,000, not $20,000, $20 or $2, and your goal for the day was to make $6, and you didn't reach your goal. Okay, all right, so it went there. You looked at. You have to know where the market is going. And what I teach everybody is you start off, you know, small with the basics, practicing your demo account. Learn it that way so that you know how it's going. Use the harmonic scanner. It's 90% accurate. It's 90% accurate. Plus, know what your EMAs are. Your, you know, exponential moving averages. Know what your moving averages. And I use 5. And then I know how the market moves now. I also trade with the cloud. And with that, it tells you, it predicts 26 days in the future what the market is going to do. It tells you what it's done 9 days in the past and 52 days in the past. So you can kind of guess exactly pretty much where it's going.
You said
all of it.
Cloud? What is, I'm not familiar with that.
It is called let me pull it up. I can't have to say it. It's Japanese. This guy did it. He learned how to do it and he studied it for 30 years. And then he perfected it. It's called the Ichimu, ICHIMOKU, Kinko Hayo. And, you know, nickname is the Cloud.
ICHIMOKU.
And then Kinko, KINKO. Hayo, HYO.
Is that an indicator?
Yes.
Okay.
It's another indicator. I usually use the 200 moving average. I use the 800 moving average. I use the 50. I use the 13 and the 5. All of those are exponential and they apply to close. And if you look at the definitions of each moving average, and that's pretty much what I did. I just looked up the definitions of them to see what it's supposed to do and how it's supposed to do. Now, the 800 tells you what the trend is all day or possibly all week long. And I use the 5 and the 13 for my entry. And I usually enter into a trade on the 15-minute chart, and I look on the hour chart to see what it's going to be doing within that whole hour and the 4-hour chart.
Okay.
And with my team, when they first get in, we do the training, and then also we make sure everybody's computer is set up the way ours is set up. We get on the London sessions, the late night sessions, at 1 o'clock for the newbies, so they can see how quick they can get their money back for their monthly fee, even though it's a write-off for them. Show them how they can make their money back and how quick they can make it back. So, but I would say enter one trade at a time and put your leverage from 1 to 200. And I would start off with, it's a penny to every $100. And let me see if I could share my. Let me check something out. I'm going to share my screen to show you like the daily goal sheet.
Sure.
Yeah, find it.
Do you guys have the training like that, the beginner training up on YouTube and on your YouTube channel as well, or how would I see that? Like the London session you're going through with the newbies and so forth.
The London session I usually send out. Like what I sent you to get on.
Okay, Zoom. Yep.
Okay. Let me see if I can enlarge it. Okay, so this is what I give my team when they start. Just say if they got $50 in their account. This is based off of 90 days and a 12% interest. So you got $50 in your account. Your goal for that day is $6. Now I know it don't sound like a whole lot and you want to make the money right away, but this teaches patience and discipline so that you don't blow your account.
I'm seeing a chat session actually. I'm not seeing the spreadsheet if you're sure.
Let me try and do it again. Okay, hold on, let me try it one more time. Oh, I did click on the chat the last time. Okay, let's see. And can you see it now?
I see.
See the chat still? Okay,
yeah, something with your settings. This is back to meeting, schedule, share screen, and join.
Okay. Why that's not pulling up? Okay, now it should do it. Okay, what about now?
Yes, now I see it.
Okay, like I said, I tell them when you get in, you got plenty of time to make money. It's $5.3 trillion a day. So you got plenty of time to, make the money, everything. Don't get greedy. Greed will set in, and then you'll get over anxious and you start blowing your accounts and messing up. So if you got a $50 balance, your goal for the first day is $6. At the end of the day, your balance is now $56. So you're not going to make $6 a day by leaving $50 in your savings account at the bank.
Yep.
So this is compound interest. We use compound interest to save money. We're a coupon. We'll figure out how I need to pay this credit card off in order to cut some of that interest out. We'll make an extra payment to our mortgage to cut the interest out, but we don't use compound interest enough in order to make money. So when I figured that part out, I was like, okay, let me use it to make money. I know how to use it to cut the interest out so I won't be paying more than what I've already borrowed. So the next day, your goal is $6.72, which is 12% of the $56. So by the end of the second day, it's $62.70. So the end of 5 days, because the market closes on Friday, usually don't trade on Sundays. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So the end balance is $88.12 is now your balance. So you've made a profit of $38.12 in 1 week by just, doing your daily goal. So the second week, you follow the same steps. On Monday, your goal is $10.57. By the end of the week, you should have $155.28. Follow that again. Your third week, I think it's the third week. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, third week. Your goal is to make $18 that day. You make it, you get out of the market, your balance is $173. You repeat this process. By the end of 30 days of trading, your $50 is now $1,497.87. So, and in doing this, you can increase your lot size as you go based off of your end balance. So now, by the end of you keep repeating the same process. So your goal on the 31st day is $179.74. When you make it, get out of the market. Any other signals you get, practice it in your demo account, look at it. You need to know why you're winning and why you're losing. Mm-hmm. And once you figure out, okay, I've seen this before. This is what this is doing. Okay, this is what they was talking about. All right, I get it now. Now your balance is $1,677. Now this took me now. You're gonna win some and lose some. Whatever you lose or don't make that day, start with your balance that you have present, and then you know what your next goal is.
Right.
So by the end of 60 days, you should have a total of $44,875.96. You see how your $50 is working for you now?
Yeah. The question though, as you're trying to hit your 12% a day, how are you increasing your lot size? That's what I don't say. Like what lot size should you be trading? How many pips are you going after, etc.? Like that's kind of easier.
You could do. I made $11,000 off of 10 pips by using $10 lot size. But I had $7,000 in the account when I did that. So based off of that, it's 1 penny per, no more than, so if you're doing one trade, I would say no more than 3% of your account. So if you have $100, I would do 3 cents. But that's only if you put one trade in. So now if your balance is up to $200, then I may jump to 7 cents or 10 cents off of one trade. But when I see that dollar amount saying, okay, you're at $50 now, okay, I'm gonna close it out and I'm gonna get out.
Gotcha. As far as how do you work the stop losses? Sorry.
The training to show you about the stop loss and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, the training, you just got to know pretty much where it's at. I don't have it on here. I wish I had it on my other computer. But so at the end of 60 days, this is where you're at. End of 90 days, this is where you're at. $1,344,480.20. And that took me, how can I stop it? That took me 8 months to do. I don't have but these kids are doing it in 90 days, 30 days, sometimes even less than that. But it shows you different ways and different things to do. But the indicators, when you learn your EMAs, it will show you exactly where to go. You could, just to start off and you don't really know how to read the charts, you can go from one EMA, the 5 EMA to the 13, or you could just trace it down to the 30, but you have to know where the market is going. And that's where, we make sure you get the extra training you get on the IML TV, the basics, and get on the days training. And, then, once they got the basics down out of their back office, out of the IML Academy, then we start introducing them to everything else so that they know what they're looking at.
Gotcha. Do you guys have, I know you got some YouTube trainings out there I've kind of watched. Is there anything specific that goes to your strategy for how you use EMAs as far as your entries out there that I can reference?
Yes. I haven't posted a lot of them. I got them. I just, I got them. Yes, I do. I got them. And it shows you about the, the M's, the W's. And there's always 2 major shifts in the market every day. You just need to know when those shifts are. I make my best money when it's coming out of one session, going into another session. So just say you sign on at 1:00 for the London session. You pretty much know where it's going. By 2:30, money's moving real quick. By 4:30, it slows down. 5:30 in the morning, it's back up and it's moving fast because the New York session is in. Between 8:30 and 9:00, it starts moving real fast again because the London session is closing out. 11:00, the market slows down until about 1:15 Central Standard Time. And then 2-something up until 4:00. Then it's at a stop. And then it'll pick up a little bit, maybe about 5:30. And it repeats itself over and over again. Remember, everything is a pattern. Yep. Once you try to read the charts, Everything is a pattern. Nothing changes. There's nothing new under the sun. All it does is it repeats itself over and over again. If you start writing a journal down of your take profits, your stop loss, and your buys and your sell, and then you go back through it and you look at it, you see where the market was already there before. All you do is go right back to it, and it comes right down to it. There's
Gotcha.
nothing.
Okay. So I guess when you said you posted a lot of those videos, they would be on the YouTube channel that you guys have out there. If I kind of scroll through that, I'll find that.
On mine, on I Build Legacies. Now I got to really, I got to go. I was just being lazy, I have some of them in my chat groups. I think I got your number. I can save it, add you to the chat group to where you can find it.
I appreciate it.
And then we have this homework group that we use, FX Homework. We have a homework group, and we usually post the majority of the videos in there on Facebook.
Okay. Can I get it added to that one as well?
Yes. I'll add you to it.
Awesome.
And then that way you can see the different ones. We do the candlesticks, we call them railroads. We use that. And one of the guys that does my training for me is Adrian. He was a contractor overseas, making good money. And his mom, I was trying to get his mom in, was telling him about it. And she said, no, I can't do it, but my son can do it. So she told him about it. He signed up, made $2,000 just like that. And he grabbed a hold of this, took it to a whole nother level. He's been in since January, and he's been doing the trainings for me for the past 90 days. He took it way above.
Wow.
Excellent. I tell you, these kids get it. It's just us.
Yeah.
Slow movers, but the kids got it. It ain't nothing for them. So, but he's doing an excellent job. Matter of fact, he's on the plane. He should be on the plane now. He's going to Germany. He's been doing really good. He travels the world. He's going over there to do a little work over there. Plus, rent across some people. He's going to be training them one-on-ones. So he's doing really good. Amazing.
Well, thank you. This has totally been eye-opening. My head is like blown from what's possible. Really excited to really start to dig into some of this. I look forward to be able to get on some of those trainings and get some of those videos so I can dig into the details there and bring that to the team here, because I know a lot of because we were kind of from that initial video, we had set up. So some of the stuff that you're showing, we set up. Okay, Ms. Kirkland was trying to get. I think we had 15% a day or something like that. So we were hitting.
Yeah,
let's go 15% a day. Let's try to do 15% a day. But I think without getting the meat of the details of, well, how do you enter? How many? Where do you put your stop? How do you stop yourself from getting out and having the timing and some of the little nuances there to be able to execute, I think is what we're missing. So I look forward to
the training that they do. We were doing it 3 times a week. We were doing 3 webinars a week and in-house training whenever I was in town. One of those, but a lot of people didn't get a chance to jump on. And we do that so that it's a little smaller setting, so that people won't be intimidated by not asking their questions.
Gotcha.
So it's all in the training and how bad you want it.
Do you guys use a lot of the the harmonic scanner you mentioned, like the harmonic scanner? I know we have swipe trades, we have the daily swing trades and all different things. Like, where do you find the most value as far as getting trades and entries that have been most successful for you? Is it the harmonic scanner that you're looking at mostly, or?
When I started, yes, the harmonic scanner was perfect. But when I learned how to read the charts, honestly, I don't take all of them. I don't take all of theirs, because I need to know for myself. Because if they ever go out of business, which I doubt, but if they ever go out of business or anything like that, then I just lost relying on their skill set. So I started learning it myself and, trying it out in the demo, everything, learning it myself. So that way, a lot of the signals and stuff that I get, I pretty much get them from myself.
I got you.
But, the harmonic scanner is the best one for me.
That's perfect. So I guess testament to earning while you're learning, right? So you use the tools, but you don't just 100% just rely on it forever. You use it to get your foot in so that you can learn, so that you can start making some money, but then you further your education and learn all these different
things. And the thing is, all of this that they're offering you guys, we didn't have that. All
Mm.
we had was the harmonic scanner.
Ah.
And then it went down
Mhm.
for a couple of months,
Mhm.
you know, because it was going through some changes. It was a brand new company,
Mhm.
and it kind of went down. So, you know, we was kind of teaching each other. All we had to rely on was the academy in the back. So that's why a lot of reading and looking at the definitions and, you know, YouTube and it, you know, YouTube University was everything. So.
Mhm.
But yeah, we had to learn it, but we didn't have swipe trays. We didn't have the daily swing trays. We didn't have, we barely had the harmonic scanner at the time because he was trying to, you know, work out the bugs.
Mhm.
We didn't have training 7 days a week. We didn't have the blitz calls. We didn't have any of that. You guys got everything. And then
Mhm.
we're complaining because y'all got it easy. But yeah, utilize those things. And there's some really good teachers on there. They tell you why they're buying certain stuff. Take notes. Always take notes. Create your Bible. This is my Bible. And it's thick. And I got signals in here, charts, all kinds of notes and stuff. Let me see if I can find majority of my signals. I go all the way back to January from here. If you can see some of that. There you write. I write all that down.
Yep.
And then I go back and I wrote the date. That's July. So now I go back and I look at some of the pairs. We're right back where we were 6 months ago or so. In January and stuff. But you write all that stuff down and you go through it and you study and you see it. Okay, it's a pattern. Remember, there's nothing new under the sun. The Cold War back in the 70s, they're bringing bell bottoms back, these platform shoes, you know, they call them stilettos now. They were platform shoes when, you know, we were growing up. And all these hairstyles and stuff, all that stuff is the same. Different time.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I don't want to take advantage of all your time. I do appreciate you spending the time with me to kind of go through this information. I know it's been highly beneficial to me. It's blown my mind. I'm going to go back and watch this over and over again, share it with the team as well, and also, you know, look forward to digging deeper, you know, with some of the other trainings and stuff and calls that you have going on. So I appreciate you so much.
To the Telegram groups and our homework groups, so that way you can kind of keep up with it, and then utilize some of that to help, because, you know, each one teach one. That's what we're supposed to do.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Take care.
All
Have
right.
a blessed rest of your day.
Okay, you too.
All
God bless. Bye.
Yes.